Welcome to the Cinema Twins. Today we are reviewing Silence, Martin Scorsese's new film. Ashley and I, we talked about this in our top 10 review. We're devastated that we did not get to see it before we put out our top 10 review. I can't tell you where it would be on there. So that's a whole nother story because I'd have to knock something out and don't want to do that. So I'm going to ignore that. So Silence is, Ashley said, Martin Scorsese's newest movie, which is something, it's an event to get excited about. Martin Scorsese has been working on this for 20 years. It is a passion project for him, so you know it's going to be great.
It was supposed to come out November 2015.
Yeah. So
which is when I read the book.
Yeah. So it's a film that he put a lot of passion into and that we were very excited for, and absolutely, it was fantastic. Let's talk about it. Ashley, what was it about?
Okay, so Silence is about two Jesuit priests that travel to Japan in the 1600s, so like the 17th century, to find their mentor, kind of the man who led them into the Christian faith and like kind of taught them how to be priests, you know, like
yes.
And that man is played by
Liam Neeson. And they have heard that he has denounced his faith in public, and that is a big deal. So they asked to go to Japan to find him and let them know that this is true. And just to find out what happened to him, see if he's still alive. And Japan is a very dangerous place for Christians at this time. They're being persecuted and tortured, and that's the goal, is to get them to denounce their faith because they don't want Christianity in Japan.
And it's beautiful. It's a beautiful film for people of the Christian faith and not of the Christian faith. It is just a fantastic story.
Even if you don't adhere to any specific belief structure or any certain faith, then you just still feel it. You feel their love for what they're trying to do and for the people that they meet there. And the filmmaking, I mean, goes without saying, filmmaking is gorgeous.
Obviously, Martin Scorsese.
Cinematography, the same cinematographer for The Wolf of Wall Street, did a fantastic job in a completely different toned film, obviously. Wolf of Wall Street is a comedy, and this is absolutely not. It's the story of, and Andrew Garfield absolutely blew me away. His performances this year in Silence and Hacksaw Ridge just let you know right off the bat that he is a force to be reckoned with. He is absolutely, The Social Network was not just a one-off thing.
No, it was not.
He is absolutely fantastic. He went off the tracks a little bit for a little bit there with Spider-Man and stuff like that.
No,
but
he was great as Spider-Man. That second movie wasn't good. The first one I liked. He was great. He was a great Spider-Man. I will argue that to my grave.
But in Silence, he absolutely blew me away. His best performance of the year, in my opinion. And one of my favorites, Adam Driver, was absolutely oh my gosh. Seeing him go from Girls to Star Wars to something like this, that man has range.
He does. He is, and he has such an interesting story as an actor too. If you just go look at his background, he was a Marine, and it's really interesting, and he's an interesting person. And just for him to have taken that and like just gone and been like, this is what I want to do, and he's great at it.
And he works really hard at it, and he's definitely a supporting character in this movie. He is supporting, but man, he brings it. And he is that source of not opposite. He's kind of a source of opposition for Andrew Garfield's character.
I wouldn't say opposition. I would just say a little bit of doubt. Like, why are we here? Why are we even doing this? You know, like, this is so much. And you feel that as a character. You can really relate to him. And then later on in the film, like, it starts, I don't know, like, I don't want to give away anything. But
it's obviously no spoilers.
Things transition.
With the persecution of Christians in this time period, it's easy to see how they're like, well, gosh, what is the point of this? But they get there and they see those people who are so, like, steadfast and holding on to their faith so much that they're like, this is why, because of these people who have so much faith in God and in them. They are so happy to see like the priest there. And man, it is a brutal film, but it is truthful and absolutely incredible to watch.
It is, and I will say it is very faithful to the book.
Yeah, I haven't
From
read
what
the
I
book
remember.
yet.
I read the book like 3 years ago, but from what I remember, or like 2 years ago, from what I remember, it's very faithful to the book. I pictured things a little bit more, I guess, grandiose. You know, like this was a little bit, it was simpler sets than I was expecting going into it, but I appreciated that because you were really able to just focus in on Andrew Garfield's character and just look at this man and like see like can he overcome this through his faith. And I think that it's a fantastic story. I think that Martin Scorsese told it beautifully and respectfully.
Yeah, absolutely.
And
Martin Scorsese, he just knew how to handle this material. And like that humble man, he is the best filmmaker hands down working today. He is the best filmmaker working. He never missteps. Every film I've seen of his, I love.
I adore this man.
And he knew how to handle this material, and you know he didn't do it for so long because he felt like he wasn't ready. He felt like he wanted to hone his skill a little bit more, and he has. And the movie is fantastic, and everybody should go see it.
You really should. And I will say this again, some people might be hesitant to go see it because they are not Christians or something like that. It's not preachy. Like even I said Hacksaw Ridge wasn't very preachy, but this goes an entirely different direction, like where it's just not at all, it's just telling you just this story.
Yeah. Both of those films, which is so strange, like coincidentally, both easily could have been alienating and preachy to someone who isn't of the Christian faith, but neither of them are. They both do a really good job of just putting you in the spot of the character, and you just understand, even if that's not the way you choose to live your life, you just get it. And so I think great year for movies like that. Like
it is.
It's fantastic. So
and
please go check out Silence.
Yes, and I will say, like, some people are going to be like, oh, Martin Scorsese's not going to give us a complete ending. It all gets wrapped up in the end.
Yes.
Which is...
Some people like, some people don't. I mean, I like films with ambiguous endings, but I will say...
For this one,
it was fitting. So, yeah, definitely go check it out. It's awesome. If you're a Scorsese fan, it is a must-see.
If you're a film fan, it's a must-see. Yeah. I would say the Scorsese thing, I totally agree, but it isn't going to have the same...
It's not his typical type film.
Yeah. Which, just know that going into it.
It's interesting and creative to see something different from him because he can do anything. So,
yeah.
Tune back in. Thanks for tuning in this time, I guess.
Yeah.
Join us a little while later.